Pick up on this.
Welcome to Attack of the Show. I'm Olivia Munn.
And I'm Kevin Pereira. We are bringing you a special edition of Attack of the Show as we prepare for our week-long live coverage of E3, the world's largest video game event.
For 3 hours every day, beginning May 9th, we'll come to you live with demos, interviews, and sneak previews of next-gen games.
Oh, what, you want more? All right, well then just wait till you see the all-new Attack of the Show beginning May 15th. We're going to have a new set, some new faces, and more of that signature Attack of the Show attitude.
Yes, but in the meantime, prepare to be rocked. From Heavy Metal Magazine to million-dollar internet schemes, everything you see on tonight's show is 100% guaranteed to rock your fanny.
Fanny?
Kev, my mom watches the show.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Mrs. Munn. I hope you're sitting down because we're kicking off tonight's show with a visit to Viking Heaven.
Otherwise known as the Valhalla Gun Club.
I'm here at the Elk Mountain Resort near Montrose, Colorado, home of the Valhalla Shooting Club. Now, if you don't know your Viking history, Valhalla means place to have a really good time. And if you like to shoot guns, lots and lots of guns, well then this is your Valhalla. Now, as you may have guessed, I don't really shoot guns. So I'm gonna need a little hands-on training before they let me through the maze. So Rob, tell me, what is Valhalla?
Valhalla is both the greatest recreational amenity for a world-class luxury resort ever devised and the world's most progressive reality-based training center. We deal a lot with the U.S. Army Special Forces. We've also dealt with Navy Special Forces, and we deal a lot with the high-end law enforcement and executive protection from around the world.
Now, there's all kinds of different scenarios for cops and military guys, but today we're doing something different. We're setting up a first-person shooter game that I'm gonna play. So I have to go through the maze, I gotta shoot guns, find other ones, eliminate the bad guys, and it's just like a game, except there's real weapons and real bullets. The bad guy usually posts a guard down at the end of this hall. If you can take him out with that rifle before he knows we're here, it's gonna make the rest of this a lot easier. And move into the airplane. You made it through. Used about 80% of our maze, used a bunch of different weapons, you found them all, you took out the bad guys. Not everybody goes down on the first shot. But just like in the shooting games, you know, you keep going till you get the bad guys down.
I don't know if I should be concerned, but Brendan looked very, very comfortable shooting everything inside.
Yeah, he has a little bit of anger issue, I think.
Probably.
That's
But the question that I have, Olivia, is do you think pets get reunited with their owners in Valhalla?
Well, you know, I'm no theologian, but I can't see why not. Why do you ask?
I don't, you know, it's kind of weird. I guess I've just got like puppies and kittens on the brain lately.
Is that a euphemism for something, or are you actually talking about puppies and kittens?
Look, why can't I just enjoy something cute and fluffy, you know? I'm not all hard edges.
No, you're not.
Thank you.
Oh, they're hungry. I gotta get them some food. Okay, come on. Yeah, you're a good girl. Okay, come on.
All right, so let's review. Puppies are for roasting and kittens are tastier in a stew. Yeah.
Yeah, but either one goes well with the sturdy red wine.
True. Very true.
That's true. And up next, we're rocking it indie style at the annual South by Southwest Music Festival, and Kevin's gonna shred some guitar licks so they stay shredded.
Whammy bar. All that and more when Attack of the Show's Rocksteady Special Edition continues.
Don't do that.
Was out of tune.
Don't do that.
But I'll fix it.
Welcome back to this special edition of Attack of the Show, dedicated to all things that...
Rock?
That was your cue, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Correct, Kevin. For a couple weeks every year, the rock world descends upon Austin, Texas for the annual South by Southwest Music Festival, and it goes a little something like this.
Welcome to Austin, Texas, home of the South by Southwest Music Festival. The streets are abuzz with unsigned bands, so Attack of the Show sent me to go find them and then sign them. So that's what we're gonna do. South by Southwest is the definitive music festival. With over 50 venues and 1,300 bands, it's the music mecca where bands from all over the world go to be discovered. After combing the streets and finding little talent, I popped into the parish to check out England's up-and-comers, We Start Fires.
It's kind of alternate, electro, punk, pop, rock.
There's a lot going on there.
There is a lot going on. Lots of shouting and lots of keyboards. Fast and loud, that's our motto.
Right on.
It's our first time, it's our first ever gig in America tonight.
Really?
Slightly nervous, but we're just really excited to be here.
Do you play music at all?
Oh, I've been known to play the guitar a little bit, 12-string acoustic usually.
What about the skin flute? Do you ever play that?
That's your job.
First time in Austin.
First time in Austin.
What's it been like?
Great vibe out here, brilliant city. Every city in the world should be like this.
You know what's funny is when you talk, we're gonna have to subtitle that, like underneath.
That's right, I'll write out the subtitles for you.
Didn't understand a word.
Not having any luck with my new group, I thought I'd go with a safe bet and talk to a once local band now making their way back to South by Southwest, Oliver Future.
Well, it's our first South by Southwest as outsiders. As the people that we used to look at and go, God, I hate that douchebag.
You've made your way out of Austin, yet here you are again. I mean, you guys have come full circle, or you've hit rock bottom. I've got an all-boy band idea, right? I want to take you. I want to make you the ugly one. I need a hot guy, I need a bad boy, I need a nerdy guy.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
All right, you're... You know what? I don't know what everybody's talking about for all this BS about all these good bands around here. I haven't seen a single one. God knows what I'm going to do with my new girl band. You know what? This is bull.
Is the city prepared for that annual onslaught of rockitude?
Yes, actually, Austin's rock infrastructure is really the envy of the world. There's actually no safer place to rock, believe it or not. But Texas hasn't cornered the market on rock, Olivia, no.
No?
In fact, I don't mean to brag, but I happen to be something of a guitar hero. All right, you ready for this, sweetheart?
I'm ready.
Little dual mode. Let's see what we got here. Oh. Whatever. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. Style points, style points. Dedicate this song to my MySpace girlfriends. I love you, sir. 16. Waiting 2 years. It's 2 years. It's fine. Don't count on me. What you missing? No! Oh, yeah! Oh, what's I love the guitar hero! Yes! Yes! How do you like that?
Kev, I had no idea you could rock so hard.
Well, you know, it's my blessing and my burden, Olivia.
Burden?
Well, you know, guitars aren't cheap. I go through like 2 or 3 a day sometimes. I just smash them like crazy.
Yes, I did not know this about you.
By the way, I happened to be decent at the game. I know it didn't show there, but as you can see, we were going for performance style points, if you will, and unfortunately the PlayStation 2 doesn't actually award those. So
Yeah, sure.
all right, fine.
Yeah, I believe that.
Stick around, everybody, because there's lots more rocking to be done.
We'll meet the world's happiest millionaire, Heavy Metal magazine publisher Kevin Eastman when Attack of the Show continues.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show's Rock Solid Special Edition.
Yes, we are rolling out the rock as we prepare for E3, the world's largest video game event.
Yeah, that's right. We're coming to you live for 3 hours every day, straight from E3, with first looks at all the next-gen games you crave.
Yes, but first, let's look at an interview with Kevin Eastman, creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and publisher of Heavy Metal magazine. He's a millionaire with tattoos. That rocks.
Totally.
Totally.
Seriously.
Awesome.
Radical.
Hey.
Heavy Metal magazine, for many of us, it's kind of like, well, pornography training wheels. For me, it's kind of like an introduction into that whole realm. But there's so much more. I'm told there's comics in there as well.
Yes.
What is that? Tell me about your history with Heavy Metal magazine.
No, it's so funny because I was a huge fan of the magazine. I bought the first issue of the magazine off the newsstands in 1977. It was the same thing. I was a fan of, like, you know, Spider-Man, Sergeant Rock, Daredevil, all those things. And then about the time that I was starting to grow out of, you know, those comics because they felt kind of adolescent, here came Heavy Metal. And, you know, I had comics with breasts. And, but once you get beyond...
Thank you for that, by the way. No, but
beyond that,
it's
like,
so much more than that.
It really is. It's like the stories, I think, are very intellectual. They're very, you know, science fiction based. You know, years ago when the Comics Code Authority really kind of squashed what comics were here in the States, which is comics for kids, the Europeans really kind of excelled. They were inspired by what was done here in the U.S., and they kind of excelled. So I think they carry the medium much farther than we were able to here for a number of reasons.
Now, is the heavy metal of today the same heavy metal of years past? Is it still for, you know, the underground or the self-published or the guys trying to break in, or has that changed?
No, actually, when I bought the magazine, you know, what I loved about Heavy Metal magazine in the early days is what I tried to bring back to the magazine. I personally went and met with a lot of the publishers. I had them send me all the newest material they were doing by the youngest, hottest up-and-coming artists in Europe.
Got to switch gears and talk about the Turtles because, seriously, first of all, my prepubescent years going into adolescence, thank you for April O'Neil. We'll leave that at that. But I want to talk about, you know, it's been 20 years, you know, over 20 years for these Turtles. You know, tell me about the progression of them and where you see them, you know, going from here.
Well, what's interesting is, I mean, that the Turtles started as an inspiration of my love of comics. Since I read my first comic book when I was like 7 years old, that's all I wanted to do for a living. And, you know, fortunately, you know, I was one of the very, very, very lucky few that the first issue I did was the Turtles with my partner Peter Laird as a co-creator of the Turtles. And, you know, we published it as a joke. I mean, the first issue we published 3,000 copies. That was it. We had a $500 income tax return that I had. I borrowed $1,000 from an uncle. We cleared out Pete's bank account of $200.
But literally a joke that blossomed into an empire.
Totally, it was a joke. I mean,
because we're trying to repeat that success with Attack of the Show, but people still haven't gotten the joke apparently. So
cool.
we're hanging in there.
Well, good luck.
Thanks.
No, but it did. It started as a joke, and we really combined. If you think, you know, Teenage Mutants, which were, you know, the X-Men, and that's my cell phone beeping. Right. Excuse me. You know, we combined, you know, the X-Men, the New Mutants comics that we're doing, animal characters, which are always popular, ninjas, you know, from Bruce Lee.
Well, and now a new movie though, too, right?
Yes, we've done 300 cartoon episodes, 26 live-action episodes, 3 live-action movies, and now about 2.5 years ago we relaunched the Turtles when kind of nostalgia became popular again, and it became again a very successful kids show, which is, to me, it's like it was a big enough a compliment the first time around when the Turtles came up and were successful.
Sure.
And the fact that they've come around a second time and found a whole new audience of kids, that to me is beyond phenomenal. And yeah, so we signed a deal with Warner Brothers, and we're doing a new live-action, a new CG Turtles.
CG live-action mashup mix of all sorts of media.
You know, we wanted to do a live-action with CG characters, which was the original desire, but it's we drifted towards it's going to be a full CG animated movie.
Kevin, congrats on all the success,
Thanks
and I know
very
you
much.
have many more years left. Thank you again for joining us on the couch. We appreciate it.
So, you know, Olivia, I told Kevin Eastman that my favorite magazine as a kid, you know, growing up, it was Heavy Metal magazine. Loved it. It was good stuff. But I have to know, what's your favorite? I don't know a lot about you. I'm assuming it's a Tiger Beat or a Vanity Fair or Teen Vogue or...
I don't know if I have a favorite magazine now, but back in the day when I was 8 years old, I had a subscription to Cosmopolitan.
Really?
At 8 years old.
That explains a lot. I mean, in a good way, because you're a very sophisticated woman. No, it is. I look for ice cream cones and trees because I watched highlights a lot. It really kind of confused me, but
easy at the doctor's office.
The drugs help. Yeah, no, I like it. I was a popular science kid too because I like the futuristic stuff. I like spaceships and flying saucers and UFOs and all that other jazz. Are you into sci-fi
yes,
at all?
I love popular science. My little brother got it, and I would always read it.
Is he a Star Trek fan by any chance?
He is. As I am too, though. Why can't I be?
I think everybody is. In fact, everybody out there is probably as well, and they should probably pay attention because, as you know, Star Trek 2.0, it's G4's new interactive Trek experience. But did you know that each time you log on and actually make a transaction on the stock market, you're automatically entered for a chance to win a trip to Vegas this August to attend the official Star Trek convention? Not bad, right?
Can I go?
Absolutely. You just got to make a trade. G4 is actually sending one lucky grand prize winner where no fan has gone before. Backstage at the official Star Trek convention celebrating the 40th anniversary of Star Trek. Now, this trip includes 2 gold weekend packages, which are sold out as of September 2005. Not bad. Backstage access, round-trip airfare, and accommodation at the Las Vegas Hilton, home of the Star Trek experience. As I said before, all you have to do is make one transaction on the stock market. You're automatically entered, but make sure you play every weeknight, though, because the more you play, obviously, the more chances you're going to have to win the trip.
We're also giving away weekly prize packs that include the Star Trek Fan Collective Time Travel, now available on DVD. Get ready to travel through space and time. Time Travel features the best time travel episodes as determined by 20,000 fans who voted in an online survey, and features 3 new text commentaries by Star Trek experts Michael and Denise Okuda, a must-have for any diehard Star Trek fan. Star Trek 2.0 airs weeknights at 11 p.m. Head over to g4tv.com/Trek 2.0 for more info.
That's a fun little game. But what's next on our all-rock menu?
What is next? It's Brendan Moran's Naked Butt.
Oh, again? We had that last night.
Actually, it's never too much. Lighten up. Brendan joined a bunch of Amtrak train mooners on one of their very first outings. It rocks.
Gross. Did you notice the birthmark he has? It's in the shape of B. Arthur.
You're looking really closely,
well,
aren't you?
I have it on HD.
Welcome to Orange County, California, home of bad TV shows, motorcycles, and the 26th annual Moon Amtrak. And I gotta tell you, I really do feel sorry for those poor bastards on the train today.
Hey, drop 'em!
Now, all throughout the day, there's about 30 trains that are coming by, both in northbound and southbound directions. And the idea is simple, is when the train starts coming by, people just run to the fence, they line up, and they drop their pants.
You can be
All their children know exactly what G4 is. They don't. So they're going to be in for a rude awakening next week.
What does this have to do with video games?
Very little. I'm being torn apart by women. This is oddly one of my fantasies. This was not the working plan.
I feel so alive!
The 126 northbound is late. It's no wonder Amtrak's going out of business. So you say you have a special message for Kevin Pereira? What is it?
Kevin Pereira, I love you, man. Everybody's doing it.
Kev, Brendan's got some pretty impressive mooning skills.
He has quite an arsenal. He has the standard rear admiral, which is always good, exposes the flesh, but the squat and spread is quite an expert tactic. You grew up in Japan.
Yeah.
Have you ever practiced anything? Have you mooned any of their bullet trains when they come by?
No, there really wasn't a point to it. The bullet trains would just whiz by so fast you couldn't even unbuckle your belt.
I like a challenge. Oh, and speaking of challenges, folks, support your local music scene. Seriously, I remember growing up in Northern California, and my favorite bands, they would thrive on the encouragement of their fans. And I knew this one group, they were just about to pack it in. You know, the road had really beaten them up. And I said, guys, I shook them really hard. I'm like, don't give up. You guys rock. And they continued to play. That band, Green Day.
Well, how old were you at the time?
I was 6 years old.
Uh-huh. All right. Good to know. Auntie Timiner spent several years of her young life among struggling bands. Her film, Dig, is an incredible document of the early years of the Dandy Warhols and the Brain Jonestown Massacre. Let's look.
Dig is about really two men who are sort of star-crossed lovers, obsessed with each other from afar. It follows them over 7 years, them and their bands. It's Anton Newcomb and the Brian Jonestown Massacre, and Courtney Taylor and the Dandy Warhols. And they just take such different approaches to the music industry and to their lives and to intra-band relations. And as one band starts to become successful, the other band sort of becomes insanely jealous. But each man possesses what the other man doesn't have. So, you know, Courtney has this ability to succeed that Anton's terrified of.
Right.
And Anton has this integrity that Courtney wishes he had, but doesn't want to ride that edge quite to the degree that Anton does. So it's a way to look at art colliding with industry and sort of the creative process over a really long period of time.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a really, really long period of time. You said it, and it was
my 20s.
You were cutting while it was going on, and it was over 7 years.
Yes. Yeah. From when I was 23 to when I was 30.
You brought some footage with us, or for us rather, and it's really interesting. This is when BJM is on stage at the Viper Room.
Yeah,
so.
It's actually the first show I ever shot of theirs. Me and my brother were operating 2 cameras, and it was the most incredible thing because I think 9 labels were there to see nine record labels,
right.
And this is what happened.
All right, let's see it. This is BJM at the Viper Room.
Now, if Anton thought that anyone screwed up during a song, he would immediately correct them.
Hey, that! Nobody's gonna say you to me on my stage with my band. You get off my stage because you don't have the band. Hey, I'm gonna have the bouncers beat you up if you don't stop stepping on their mics, man. They don't like that. Pick that up. Grandma! Up and quit. Stand the back, mother.
I actually cried.
Wow, yeah, that's one way to get the party started. Andi, thank you so much for coming on, and again, congrats on the DVD. It's awesome.
Thank you very much.
The film is incredible.
Man, Kev, that was a sweet fight.
Yeah, heroin will do that to you.
Heroin, really?
That dude was strung out. If you watch the movie, it's really
All right.
pretty fascinating.
But what's Andi working on now?
So she finished Dig. Last I heard, she's wrapping up another documentary. It's a history of Jamaican music called The Mother of Invention. So it's pretty good.
Fascinating. Yeah. I can't wait to see that. But music isn't the only way we know to rock you. Oh, no. You better bite down on that mouth guard when the monsters and giant robots of Kaiju Big Battle come charging at you right after this.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show's Rock Solid Special Edition.
Yes, I almost envy you out there, about to be rocked, as only we know how to rock you. We've got the tunes, we've got the shows, we've got...
Robots.
Robots.
Yeah.
All right, now, I'm a big girl, and I can hold my own against probably just about any fighting robot. But the mutant monsters and mega machines of Kaiju Big Battle? Look, even I know when I'm out-rocked.
Feast your eyes on the candy-colored cult phenomenon that is Kaiju Big Battle. Joining us today is the organization's own Mean Gene Okerlund. It's Loudon Noxious. Loudon, thank you for joining us.
Kevin, no problem. My pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here. I'm a huge fan of the Kaiju. I have been for ages.
Awesome. You have a lovely studio here. I just hope
you.
it doesn't get destroyed by monsters.
As do I. Now, tell me about the Kaiju. I mean, for those who don't know at home, it does involve monsters.
Yes. Kaiju Big Battle is a battle between good and evil of epic proportions. It involves giant monsters.
Wrestling, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Monsters are real, and danger can happen. And that's sort of our slogan that we go with. And these giant monsters would be destroying the world if it weren't for Kaiju Big Battle having them settle their differences inside the giant 15-foot-high danger cage.
Bless you guys. You are doing a service to all humanity.
Absolutely.
Not just to the fans of monsters.
Not just to fans of monsters.
Does the general public realize this? Do they understand that you are saving their towns and their jobs?
Well,
and their
we're trying to get the word out now with our new DVD, The Shocking Truth, where we reveal to you Loudon goes into the cave of Dino Kang Jr. Wow. We reveal to you the swarm and the hatching of these giant space bugs. We reveal to you the evil of Dr. Cube. Now, Dr. Cube is the most evil force in Kaiju Big Battle. Right. His dream is to create monsters to saturate the world and spineless, mindless minions.
Now, how did this get started? Because I'm a fairly young buck, but in my existence on this planet, have not noticed a giant monster walking around, let alone wrestling. So I'm curious, is this an underground thing that's been going on for ages, or is this something that just started in a lab somewhere?
Well, monsters have been around forever. I mean, it goes way back into the prehistoric area when the big battles were settled just out on the Great Plains. Of course, back in the 60s and 70s, Tokyo had their problems with monsters.
They did.
But as recently as a few years ago, we formed the Kaiju Regulatory Commission, which is headed up by the Kaiju Commissioner, and we organize these Kaiju Big Battles inside these giant steel structure we call the danger cage. And they settle their differences rather than inside this cage rather than out on the streets destroying, valuable property.
Now, you mentioned, Dr. Cube. Evil guy, very evil, bad person. Does that mean there is good fighting this evil? I hope there's someone trying to save us.
There is good. Thankfully, Dr. Cube is such a coward that he will not be here today. We don't know where Dr. Cube is. He's out there hiding somewhere. But the Kaiju heroes are vigilant. You've got Silver Potato, the breakdancing b-boy. You've got Dusto Bunny, the wise old sage of the Kaiju locker room. And, of course, the most popular tag team in Kaiju history, Los Platanos, Pablo and Pedro.
Now, again, these aren't like 20-some-odd-year-old virgins in cardboard costumes. These are actual monsters.
We are talking about monsters who are real, and it's a real danger, and I'm trying to get that across to you here, Kevin.
I'm understanding the urgency of this matter. I can't believe I was so blind to it, and I appreciate that. I got to ask, though, are there monster groupies?
Monster groupies, to this day, I'm not privileged to that information. However, we might find a few of them tomorrow night at Hanging Jury in downtown L.A., where we'll be previewing the next Kaiju DVD that'll be coming out in the fall, and we'll be showing clips of our current Kaiju DVD. We'll be having giveaways. There's going to be bands. Hanging Jury in downtown L.A. tomorrow night.
So saving the world from destruction and a party all under the same roof.
That's what Kaiju Big Battle is all about, Kevin.
Well, you know what? For those who can't attend the live show, can we take them through a clip? Maybe you can let us know what's going on. We'll show a little bit of a Kaiju match.
Would be my pleasure.
Let's do that now. Maybe you can set this up for us here.
All right, well, let's take a look right now. This is the clip that I'm thinking. We're looking at the Tokyo Tantrum. Right here, now that right there was a devastating Kaiju bomb.
Whoa, there he is.
Dr. Cube, the most evil force in Kaiju Big Battle. I don't know what he's doing here. He has no business in this arena.
Who let him in?
Quite possibly Kung Fu Chicken Noodle. Now, Kung Fu Chicken Noodle is a disgruntled soup factory worker who fell into a vat of soup, was accidentally canned, and then mastered the art of Kung Fu. Now he's one of Kaiju's most intelligent rogues. His opponent is the spiky sea urchin-like creature known as Unibuzu, who is known to go to the top of the danger cage and do death-defying flips and things of that nature, crushing all those buildings. The third person you see in the ring is the senior official Jingi, who referees all of Kaiju's events.
Loudon, these guys are towering over those buildings. I mean, does the sense of scale not translate? These monsters are gigantic.
Monsters are huge, and they crush buildings while they fight.
Wow.
So therefore, it's a necessity for our referee to also grow in size, so he can also oversee these battles.
The herbal stuff is working. Loudon, thank you so much for coming on and spreading the word of the Kaiju. You do an excellent service.
It's important stuff, Kevin.
We appreciate it, Loudon. Thank you very much. Learn more about Kaiju Big Battle and upcoming events at kaiju.com. And if you can't make it to a live battle, then pick up one of their DVDs in this lovely DVD packaging.
It's the giant soup can guy that actually scares me the most, which is odd. Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me about you. All right, up next, a man who turned a paperclip into a car.
Welcome back to the special rock edition of Attack of the Show.
We recently read an update on this next guest. So far, he's managed to trade one red paperclip for a pen, a doorknob, and so on and so on and so on. Up to, get this, a year's free rent in Phoenix.
Yeah, but the last time he visited our studio, he actually only gotten as far as a moving van.
Still pretty impressive, Kev.
No, totally. Yeah, let's actually find out how he did it all.
Kyle MacDonald is leveraging the power of the internet and his blog to turn one red paperclip into something much, much bigger. All right, pay attention. You see, Kyle started with a red paperclip and traded it for a fish pen, traded that for a stove, then a generator, then an instant party, a snowmobile, and a trip to British Columbia and Canada, and eventually he's hoping for a house. It may happen. There's a lot of stuff in there, but we're going to let him explain it because it's all very confusing to me. Kyle, welcome to the show.
Thanks for bringing me on.
You found a red paperclip.
I did. It was sitting on my desk, and I thought, well, I could either throw it in the garbage, or clip papers together.
That is a good use for it.
maybe see what happens if I put it on the internet and try and trade it for a house.
So that's interesting, because like we're big fans of office supplies here around the office, as people should tend to be. We would never think to have traded. Like, why didn't you find the face of Virgin Mary on it and put it on eBay? Like, why'd you go this route?
I went this route because it just seemed like the cool thing to do. I wanted to meet some people who wanted to trade with me, and I've met actually 7 or 8 different people trading that have been awesome. And it's really been cool meeting the people and actually going and visiting them, which it so happens they're all in outer space, as you showed on where I'd made the trades.
Right. Well, it's Starry Night background, and you walked along the dotted white line to meet them to trade for. You've traded for a generator. What's your latest one? Is a trip, right?
It's a trip to Yak, British Columbia, Canada, which
is a real place apparently.
It is. It's a small town in BC. Snowmobiling magazine brought me out there. I had a snowmobile, and I traded the snowmobile to Yak. It was Snow Riders West magazine. They're bringing me out, and it was going to be a trip for 2, and I've actually just traded that for a cube van, which is a 16-foot moving van.
That sounds like an interesting cube van, a 16-foot moving van. That's something that I think our producer would like, actually. I'm sorry, can you excuse me? This is actually the producer's line. That's probably him calling right now.
That's how surprising.
Hello, yes? Yes, he's right here. Yes, sir. My boss. Okay, I'll tell him. Kyle, you're not going to believe this. Our producer just called. He wants to trade you for the cube van.
Really?
He wants to offer you a deal. We have a briefcase that Sarah Lane is holding right now. Can we see the briefcase? It's full of nudie books, Kyle. Deal or no deal?
Ooh.
Actual nudie books, Kyle.
Autographed?
None.
No deal.
No deal. Wow. All right. I'm sorry for that interruption there. He does really want the trip, though. So you said that you've gone around to meet these people, not to outer space, but where have you actually been taken while trading? I
was started in Vancouver, British Columbia, went down to Seattle. Right after that, went to Amherst, Massachusetts. After that, came out here to just south of LA, Camp Pendleton. Made a trade on a military base.
That's great. I mean, are they just calling you up? Are they emailing you? How is this working?
They email me. If you go to oneredpaperclip.com, there's a very clear section that says offers for One Red Paperclip, or offers for, it'll be now Cube Van. You can click on that and make an offer. For a doorknob or whatever I've had along the way. That's how it's happened.
That's phenomenal. I mean, have you ever had anybody that said, well, I want to trade you, my unborn child, or I want to trade you, a pet, or anything like that, and maybe reneged on it as well?
No, one guy in New Jersey said, my name is Johnny, I'm 10 years old, I want to trade you my young sister, Jenny, who's 8, and she's pulling my hair right now. Do you want to take her away from me? Did
you take?
I didn't, no.
So can you hold that thought? I think that's our producer again.
Really, again?
Sorry. Yeah,
no problem.
Yes, Mr. Producer. Really? Really? This is good, Kyle. This is really good. You're going to like this.
Okay.
I'll tell him. Thank you. Kyle, you're not going to believe this. Our producer really wants that cube van. Okay? He's willing to offer you a suitcase full of cheese. A suitcase full of cheese, Kyle. That is grade A cheese. Sarah, can we see some of the cheese?
Has it been cut?
Can we see? It is not. It's still packaged.
I'm looking for somebody to cut the cheese.
I'm sorry, Kyle. That is not the offer. This is a deal or no deal for the briefcase full of cheese.
No deal.
No deal. Wow. Wow. I'm sorry, Mr. Producer. That's good. I like how you hold out, though.
Yeah.
Have you had to say no to a lot of things? How do you figure, what was your first trade? It was a paperclip for
a pen
for the lizard pen, right?
No, it was a fish pen.
Or a fish pen. Okay.
Yeah.
What in your mind said, okay, the pen is going to be worth more than the paperclip, or was it just to get the ball rolling at that point?
It was to get the ball rolling. I just wanted to get rid of the paperclip. I had it for so long, and it just needed to go.
And has it snowballed after that? Has it just been trade after trade?
It has, and it's actually getting to the point where it's I could put these trades in my pocket and fly somewhere, which I didn't do. I was actually in the place. I was doing it in my spare time.
Right.
To move a snowmobile across country isn't the kind of thing you can put in your pocket. Unfortunately, you need big pockets. I don't have very big pockets.
You need some old Navy cargo pants for that, and who shops there anymore, right?
Yeah, don't ask me.
Kyle, I'm sorry. I have no. This is the producer's line again. Hello, yes. Really? Can I tell him this? I'll let him know. Thank you. Thank you, sir. He really wants that cube van, Kyle. Kyle, he really wants that cube van. Do you want to see what's in the case?
Yes.
Sarah, let's show him what's in the case. Kyle, we want to give you a briefcase with another briefcase inside of it. It is a smaller briefcase, Kyle.
Wow. Does it include the original briefcase?
I'm sorry?
Does it include the original briefcase?
It does not. You are only trading for what is in the briefcase.
What's in the smaller briefcase?
She's not telling.
Ooh.
She's not telling.
Is it a book about briefcases?
We're not telling.
Briefcase?
This could be the Russian babushka doll of briefcases. There could be multiple briefcase I, or KCs if you will, but I need an answer right now, Kyle. Deal or no deal?
It's a tough decision. I'm gonna have to say no deal, but I'll say why.
Wow.
No question mark. It needs an oversized question mark on the small briefcase. That would have done it. That would have done it.
It does. Yeah. We don't up-produce on this show, Kyle. That would have cost money and gaffer's tape, but we don't have either. But hey, excellent nonetheless. Where can they go for more info?
They can go to oneredpaperclip.com, either the number or ONE, redpaperclip.com. I'm looking for offers for the Q band. I just put it up about 20 minutes ago, so.
And you're not accepting cheese or mini briefcases?
Unless the cheese has been cut or the briefcases have
a question mark on it. And autographed nudie magazine.
There we go.
Kyle, thanks again for coming on, man. We
No problem.
appreciate it. Again, you can head on over to oneredpaperclip.com to see how Kyle's office supply adventure turns out. He's getting his house. You watch. Will he stop at a house, you think? Why not go for a small town after that? Or maybe his own country? Listen, anybody who can turn a paperclip, nonetheless a red one, into a moving van, they get my vote.
Yes, but enough politics. Right after this break, we'll meet a man who made money out of something that doesn't even technically exist.
Yeah, I feel safe in saying that that totally rocks.
Yeah, I concur. Stay tuned after these messages.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Attack of the Show's Rock Solid Special Edition.
Yes, we're rocking you pretty hard right now, but just you wait until E3, the world's largest video game event.
Yeah, we're going to be coming to you live for 3 hours every day during E3 with first looks and hands-on demos of the year's hottest new games.
Yes, the fun starts May 9th right here on G4, but first.
Yes, but first, a man who paid his way through college selling pixels on his homepage.
Yes, getting people to pay you for something that doesn't even exist, well...
It rocks.
That rocks.
It's my personal opinion, and I think I speak for pretty much everybody in the world, at least on the internet, but I hate you so much. Like, just the deep-seated hatred that just, you know, I really want to lunge forward and rip your aorta. And the reason I hate you so much is that you are a brilliant man, and you did it before anybody else. Tell me about $1 Million homepage. Tell me you were drunk one night, you just registered the domain and it happened, or was more thought put into the site before then?
It happened in one night, but I wasn't drunk, I'm afraid.
Good.
Yeah. I was like up late with my notepad trying to work out how to make money before going to university.
Because that's all it takes is a little 3-ring binder and a pen, and you can figure it out, right?
Exactly. I love notepads, blank pages, you know, it's like opportunity right there on a piece of paper.
See, I ended up with like stick figure doodles that have giant breasts. I don't ever end up making $1 million off the internet.
Yeah, no, most of the pages are like that.
Oh, good. But one said $1millionhomepage.com, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So how long between coming up with that idea on the notepad to, I mean, how much have you made so far?
$604,000 as of about 10 minutes ago. So
wow. So $600 some odd thousand, and essentially you created a website where people could buy a single pixel as an advertisement, buy a tiny little block?
Yeah. So there's like 1 million pixels on the homepage in this big grid, and I'm selling each pixel for like $1 each, but you have to buy 100 because well, like one pixel is so tiny, isn't it? You know,
sure.
It'd be too small, so you have to buy like a little box of 100. But you can buy more. You can buy like, well, some people have bought like 10,000,
sure.
So they've got this great big.
You decided, you know, let's make a limit to buy in, but why put a limit as to what they could buy?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, you're limited by the like million, so there's like only 400,000 left. I say only, but
yeah,
you know,
that means you've made over $600,000 off of a single web page on the internet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you're a student.
Yeah.
You're still in college?
Yeah, I only started this year.
So was it ramen before then, and now it's like filet mignon every night on the Foreman Grill in the frat house? Or how's this changed your life?
Well,
we're seeing your dorm room here. Obviously, you haven't taken the trip to IKEA yet.
Yeah, no, it's a bit of a mess. I haven't had time to like buy like decent furniture and stuff.
Have you purchased anything though? I mean, you've got $600K sitting in the bank now.
Do you know what? The first thing I purchased was some new socks because I have like.
You're not kidding either.
I'm not kidding. Seriously, I spent like the equivalent of like $4 on some new socks, and like I bought more than like one pair.
And there they are, right there. You're very proud of the Space Invaders sock.
And do you know what? I'm wearing them right now.
Now they come like lucky socks, or are they like a reminder of your newfound?
Yeah, well, they're made of
riches?
pixels, like the, you know, Space Invader. So like,
I got it.
Yeah.
I got the connection now.
Yeah.
Do you get any? I mean, do you get angry at the copycat sites? Because you know, one guy sells his forehead on eBay, and now there's people willing to have a cattle brand on their ass for Golden Palace Poker.
Yeah.
But do you get angry now that there's 1,001 knockoff sites for the $1 million homepage idea?
No, not really. I kind of find it flattering, you know.
Yeah.
I think like all good ideas like have loads of imitators. So it was. Like when the first copycats like sprung up, it was kind of confirmation to me that I had a good idea. I was like, oh wow, that's kind of cool, because I knew kind of like the copycats, you know, good luck to them, but I don't think they'll make as much money because mine was the first.
Yours was the first, exactly.
So,
and no one wants to buy a block of 100 pixels on, you know, $1 Million Cow page or whatever else.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Whereas my site's getting like 200,000 uniques a week.
Wow.
So that's like actual, you know, good traffic.
I have a feeling you just got another 12 visitors for sitting on the couch, Alex. So congratulations.
Thank you
on
very
all your
much.
success.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Cheers.
I truly don't hate you. I hate everything about you.
Wow, that guy is good. I should bring him my Keanu Reeves Web 2.0 idea.
What's your Keanu Reeves Web 2.0 idea?
Oh, it's a Web 2.0 site with Keanu Reeves.
All right, I can't wait to see that, actually.
Yeah, don't want to miss it.
But there's no telling what you'll miss if you don't stay tuned for more Attack of the Show special All Rock Edition. You sit right there.
Computers on Attack of the Show provided by Intel. Someone's got to lose. Make sure it's not you. Play to win with Intel dual-core technology.
Well, friends, this has been Attack of the Show that rocks.
Yeah, just to recap, here's everything that rocks,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm. Shooting guns, totally rocks.
Yeah. Smashing guitars, rock.
Heavy Metal Magazine rocks in perpetuity.
Totally. South by Southwest Festival rocked before even you knew about it. Kaiju Big Battle, also. It rocks you from the top turnbuckle.
All right, thanks for hanging out with us. See you tomorrow.
We leave you with a little bit of The Lashes. It's one of our favorite live music performances, really, from the year. You know why?
They freaking rock!
Bye, everyone. Double one.
It's been so long since I've seen your face, except inside of my head. Counting down the days till you're